it's Tina and I'm back, and it is time for another shopping block video. If you're also back, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me again. But if you're new and maybe you like what you see, please consider subscribing. We have tons of fun here on the channel talking about makeup and all things beauty. And if you're wondering, what is a shopping block? A shopping block is my version of a will I buy it, purchase or pass anti-haul video, where we look at the new releases on the market, see which ones intrigue us, but mainly I am trying to block you from shopping, hence shopping block. Get it? Get it? It's also a spin on chopping block because we're putting all these products on the chopping block and deciding, are they worth it or are they not? And I think I am in a really good place to flex my shopping block muscles because I don't want none of these new products. Let me tell you something, okay? The prices are too damn high and I am over it. And most of the new releases don't really intrigue me. So as we do with friends, we sit down and we chat about the products and like badmouth them, right? Just between us friends. A lot of times I will go on Instagram because there are certain accounts that post new releases, like up and coming launches, and we will peruse them. But I haven't done one of these shopping block videos in a while. So there are quite a few new products on Sephora's website that I am going to go through. Sephora is not really good at organizing their new products either, you know. Sometimes I feel like brands pay to have their products featured because some of these products are older, not so new, and then some of the new products don't really show up, but we're gonna do our best, all right? I went in store as well and saw a few of these products, so I might insert clips for a couple of these and show you swatches and like give you my initial impressions, all right? Enough yapping, let's talk about it. First, I want to talk about this eyeshadow palette right here from Danessa Myrix. It is the Mini Pastel Dream Freedom palette, and I specifically want to talk about this one because it sold out almost immediately upon launch, and that to me is a bit surprising because eyeshadow palettes are not even like a big deal these days. Most people are staying away from eyeshadows. Even I am staying away from eyeshadow palettes. I haven't purchased new eyeshadow palettes since I think last year. I mean, we're not that far in the year, but you understand. I haven't even purchased eyeshadow palettes when eyeshadow palettes used to be my thing, okay? I've been doing more neutral looks. Even my Get Ready With Me videos have been neutral palettes. So it's like eyeshadow palettes are not like top of the list anymore. But this one here sold out almost immediately, and I saw this one in store today. I swatched it. I kind of, it was really dug into. 3 of the eyeshadows were already broken and out of the pan, so it didn't even make sense to get footage of it because let me tell you something, okay? People were going crazy about this palette, and I don't get why. So this is $48, all right, for 6 eyeshadows. 3 of them are shimmery, like duochrome, multi-chrome shades, and then we have 3 mattes, and they're pastel shades. I didn't even know that people were that big on pastels. Or is it because it was Danessa Myrix? I don't know. I don't know like what triggered this to sell out. $48 is steep too for 6 eyeshadows, so that even threw me for a loop because I'm like, we used to pay $48 for a 12-pan eyeshadow palette, and now it's been so normalized that we're spending $60 on an eyeshadow palette. It's ridiculous. And this guy's $48. $48. I don't know. But this is in her new packaging. She had done the Freedom System palette where she had like a big palette with individual palettes that you could pop out of the palette, and she had the lid inserted on the top so you could remove the lid and bring the individual palettes, like select one that you wanted to carry around. And we were wondering if she was going to continue that kind of design with the palettes, like were we going to get refills, because those you could even pop out of each of the palettes too as singles and organize them whichever way you wanted. So we were like, oh my god, is she now going to do this style and this type of packaging and do the 6-pan eyeshadows? And she definitely did. It's a 6-shade multi-chrome all over mini face palette. You see how she says face here? It's because there are ingredients in there that the FDA has said is not suitable for eye use. So we have 3 mattes, like I said, and then 3 multi-chrome shades. So we have a matte kind of aquamarine, kind of turquoisey shade, a pinky lilac shade, and then a tan shade. Then the multi-chromes, we have this minty green with a little bit of like a purple shift. We have this pinky golden kind of sparkly champagne-y shift. It has a little bit of like a golden yellow to it. And then a champagne with like a white gold shift. Pretty shades. When I swatch them, the mattes, silky. Very silky and smooth. I love the texture of the mattes. The shimmers though, I didn't get too much of an impression of them because those were the shades that were broken and just popped out of the palette. But the little residue that was left, I could swatch them. And they didn't swatch the smoothest. And I hate flaky shades. I just don't love them at all because I find them difficult to apply to the lids and get a smooth application. The shimmers I love are smooth. I don't like flaky glittery shades at all. So these are not like my thing. This palette though, even if you wanted it, you probably can't get your hands on it because it is out of stock. There was one more at the store that I went to. If you live in South Florida, it's at Sawgrass Mall. Maybe you can still get it. I don't know. I went there today and it was just one left. And I wasn't even tempted to pick it up. Normally, if there's one palette left, I feel like that's my sign to get it because it's like there's one left. It's so scarce. You can't get your hands on it. You should get it. And I wasn't interested. I was so unimpressed and I was just thinking about how am I going to use this? Am I really interested in this palette? No, I'm not, you know? And these shades I have in my collection already. If I want a pink, pastel or an aquamarine, I have that. And the brown, please. Multi-chromes too, I have those out the wazoo. And the ones from Cleona to me are smoother. Danessa Myrix though does do a good multi-chrome, and I have so many of her palettes and I've realized that I don't really use her palettes. Even though I have a couple of them in my collection, I haven't really used them. So easy skip for me. Let me know if you understand the hype with this one. Like why did it fly off the shelves like that? Like, why is it out of stock? Y'all let me know because I definitely didn't understand that. That was an easy skip for me because, like I said, it's pretty, but I don't get, like, there was nothing that spectacular about it. I don't understand, child. All right, moving on. Next up, we have the Makeup Forever Artist Color Crayon Waterproof Multi-Use Stick. There are 24 shades available. So these are $33 a pop. They're twist-up jumbo crayon style pencils, and they contain 7 grams of product, which I think is a decent amount. And it's available in a variety of blush, bronzer, highlighter, contour shades. And they say multi-use because you're supposed to be able to use these on your eyes, face, or lips. So cheeks, you know, bronzer, contour, depending on the shade you choose. Now, not all the shades are eye safe, not all the shades are lip safe. So just be mindful of that. It can be a little deceptive because it does say multi-use, so you assume any shade can be used anywhere. That's not the case though, so just be mindful of that. So we have shimmer and semi-matte finishes that can be used, like I said, blush, eyeshadow, contour, bronzer, or highlighter. And I swatched these out in store because I was interested. I was so curious. I was so curious, okay? Makeup Forever used to have my heart back in the day. I had all their eyeshadows. I collected every single one of their eyeshadows and I did like a full swatch. It was a whole thing, okay? I did a full swatch video and all that. This one, the price point isn't too bad if it's a multi-use product and you can use it, like you get a blush shade that you can use on the cheeks and on the lips. You know, makes sense. And then they have these contoury shades, and I wanted to see specifically Anywhere Caffeine, no, Wearable Walnut and Anywhere Caffeine, because those are their lip shades. They're also in their lip pencils. So these are like signature shades. I wanted to see what those look like in these pencils because I can use them on my eyes or my cheeks, because I would love to do a monochrome look with the cheeks and the lips being the same thing and then the eyes. It would be a whole situation. And when I swatched these in store, they were cute. There were fun shades there. I just don't think, well, you know what? I take that back because I did find a close enough contour shade and a close enough bronzer shade. There were quite a few blushes and highlighter shades, but I don't know, like I wasn't that drawn in because the Anywhere Caffeine shade just threw me off. The color was just not what I was expecting. I was expecting a beautiful like tan nude. That wasn't what I got. And then the Wearable Walnut was a little bit more pinky than I expected. But there are some fun shades here. And Makeup Forever always has sales, right? So you can get 25%, 30% off. So I'll wait for a sale if I ever want to try these out. In this economy, girl, any dollar that I can save is worth it. So I can wait. These are products that I think are interesting. The matte finish, it's really a semi-matte for real because it's not truly matte. There was a little bit of a sheen to the formula, which I guess would work well on the cheeks or lips, right? And they blend out nicely. The pigment is there. I think these would be fun products to try out. But like I said, $33? No, unless there's a shade that you fall in love with, I say you can skip these, honestly, until there's a sale. I do want to try, let me tell you the shades that I wanted to try. The Spicy Caramel shade as like a blush, like a nudie blush, and as a lip color. And I also want to try out the coral shade. There's this bright coral, vivid coral. That one I want to try out as well. I don't know, it's a beautiful like vivid shade. It looked a little bit too pastel, but when I blended it out on my hand, it was pretty. So those two shades are on my radar, as well as Anywhere Caffeine, just for the lips though. And there's this other caramel shade. Where is it? Sunny Tawny. It's caramel when you swatch it out. That one's a nice one. It's a warm tan. So I'm thinking on sale, I might try them out, but for now, I can skip right along. Like I said, the prices these days, no girl. No, absolutely not. Then we have these from Makeup by Mario. He released like a whole line of bronzing products. I feel like these are relaunches though, because didn't he already have these? So we have his Soft Sculpt Talc-Free Blur-In Bronzer. And most of these brands, you see, they have existing products that they're now touting or reformulating as talc-free. And that's to meet the new regulations in the EU that is asking that all products be talc-free moving forward, because talc is kind of questionable these days. There have been so many lawsuits, like billion-dollar lawsuits. Johnson & Johnson went through it with their baby powder, right? Where the talc itself is not the problem. It's how it's mined, right? In the mines, typically where you find talc, so talc is a mineral, right? And in the mines where you find talc, so they're like harvesting, not really harvesting, but like they're gathering the talc, right? They're pulling it out of the earth. So in those mines, talc usually exists right next to asbestos, right? So if you're not careful while mining the talc, asbestos can get mixed into your talc, contaminating it. And asbestos is a carcinogen, so it causes cancer, right? It's been proven, and a lot of people have had asbestos exposure. Listen, you'll hear asbestos removal from old constructions. Like asbestos removal is a big thing because they used to have it in different like construction materials. So it's like a big deal. So like I said, there are different companies like Johnson & Johnson who have been sued because they have found traces of asbestos in their talc powders, you know, baby powder that you put all over your body, and women have gotten ovarian and cervical cancer from using the powder in their area. You know, we get sweaty, girl, you putting it, you know, and it's been absorbed into, you know, because it's an opening, it's gonna get absorbed, and they've gotten cancer. So Johnson & Johnson, I know, paid out like billions of dollars. There are other companies too that have done like big payouts for talc contamination with asbestos. So all these companies now are going talc-free because the EU said, listen, we don't want talc in any of these makeup products, these beauty products. Please remove the talc. So most of these brands are going talc-free just across the board, because they're not going to make a talc-free formula for Europe and then a regular talc formula for the US, right? Across the board, they'll just go talc-free. All that to say, when you see these brands going talc-free, new formulation, that's why. All right, so here we have the Soft Sculpt Talc-Free Blur-In Bronzer. This is available in 6 shades. They also took the opportunity here to redo the shades, because I had this product before, and the shade that I had is now, I think I had the dark shade, and now it's medium dark instead. So I think he added a darker shade. Now you add a darker shade, whatever. These are $38. I don't know why, like $38 to me just sounds too high these days. Anything close to $40, I'm over it. If it's not a $20 product, I don't want it, child. So I swatched this, it's smooth. It was a nice bronzer originally. Now without the talc, it's still smooth, it's still like silky. and it does blur the skin. So I like it, but I'm not going to repurchase it just because it's talc free. And there's so many bronzers on the market. There's so many bronzers in my collection. Like, you have your bronzer. Let's be for real. Do you need another bronzer? You don't. I don't. I know I don't. But if you have your perfect bronzer, so you found your bronzer, why do you need another one? Why? No, you don't, you know, so $38 for what? You can skip this. And he's also changed the packaging. I think the packaging is thinner now. I don't know if the amount of product is the same or that changed too, but you could skip this. Skip it so quickly. And in addition to that, the display was also showing the soft sculpt shaping sticks. I think it's because they're in mini sizes. I don't know why they're on display now. But these are $16 if you want a mini. Honestly, I think more brands should start doing minis because I think it just makes more sense these days with how we use makeup and how much makeup we have. I don't need a full-size product anymore. I'd rather get a mini with less product at a cheaper price point that I'm more likely to use up, because most of the products that I have, even though like price-wise, when you compare it by ounce, yeah, it's blah, blah, it doesn't matter because I'll never go through that amount of product. So you might as well give me a mini, give me less product. I probably still won't use it up, right? And I'll get my money's, well, maybe get my money's worth this way. So the sculpt sticks are, let's see, $16, 3 colors available, and then you have the soft pop blush sticks also available in a mini, so $16 for those. Only 3 shades for each of those, so those are probably like the most popular shades that are available, probably a light, medium, and a deep. Whatever. They're cute. I would like to see more brands do this smaller size of product. Anyway, back to the bronzing thing. So he also has the Soft Sculpt Multi-Use Bronzing and Shaping Serum with hyaluronic acid. All these brands are doing skincare as well. So in addition to going talc-free, they're also going with the skincare. Hyaluronic acid or niacinamide, they're all adding it, whatever. There are 7 shades available. I never tried this, and I feel like I'm not interested. So it's a liquid bronzer that warms the complexion with a sun-kissed glow and softly shapes targeted areas with a sheer natural second skin finish. What's also interesting is the packaging, which I think he was aiming to be different, a little bit innovative and giving people options, but also it just looks like they couldn't make up their mind. Typically with a formulation, you have an idea in your mind of how people should apply it, and based on the actual formula, it may work better with a doe foot applicator, it may work better with a pump, it may work better in certain different types of packaging, you know what I mean? So this formula apparently he decided was okay in a pump, right? So you can pump it out to mix it with maybe your foundation, to apply it like a primer, to mix it in with moisturizer, I don't know, whatever. He's probably trying to capitalize on the bronzing drops or bronzing serum trend, you know? So he's like, yeah, I'll get it in a pump. But also, I'm gonna put a doe foot applicator there too. Which is weird because now you're gonna unscrew the pump and you have a doe foot applicator, so now you can dot it on, because he also wants to hit you with the you can apply it directly on your skin. So I guess I see where he's coming from. He's like, listen, I don't know how you're gonna use this, how you like to use this. I'm gonna make sure you get it your way, okay? Do whatever works for you rather than telling you this is how you should apply it. I don't know, but I'm not interested in this. This is $36, so it's a little bit cheaper than the powder bronzer, but I don't know. Is it a little bit too late though? I feel like well, then again, it's summertime. Maybe people still find this interesting. I don't, so skipping right along. Speaking of talc, so Dior has reformulated their Rosy Glow powder blushes. Remember these went viral a couple of years ago on TikTok because of the original 001 pink shade. People went crazy over this and they released a bunch of shades, you know, to follow along with the trend, because they were like, oh, we have a viral product, add more shades so we can sell, right? And I fell for it because I picked up quite a few of these shades. and I did love them. I do love them. They're some of the blushes that I gravitate to and travel with, so I do love the original form. Well, it was a second formula really, because the point is they did do a reformulation when they released the new shades anyway, so they're doing now like a third formulation. It may be more, who knows, I don't know, but there's 7 shades available. They added a couple of new shades. So Candy is the new shade, which is a pearlescent bubblegum pink. So this one has a little bit of shimmer to it. And then Toffee is a pearlescent nude beige. So these are, wait, pH adjusted? pH activated color. Why would you have pH? You know what I like though? The models for these new shades, they have a light, like a pale, a light, and a medium. So they're saying, listen, these 2 shades are for light skin tones. No deep, no tan. We're not going to pretend that it's going to work on these deeper skin tones. If you hear that, those are my sprinklers going off. Hopefully that's not too loud. But this color chart here has all the shades and then like the skin tones that they think this should work on. So the deep shades would be cherry, berry, and rosewood. And then the other 4 shades are for lighter skin tones. They're not even trying to tell you that pink lilac, that lavender shade is gonna work on deeper skin tones. And for good reason, because even on the lighter skin tones, it looks a little ashy and pastel. I don't know. They reformulated. You see how I was like, oh. I don't know what to think about this because I do love the formulation. I do like the shades that I have. I don't feel the need to get the new formulation because it's talc free. The new shades, like I said, are not for me. I don't know. Like I swatched these in store and they were smooth and silky, blurring, really beautiful. But I already have the existing shades and I'm fine with that formulation, so I don't see a need to pick any of these up. It's interesting that it's pH activating though. That don't make no sense. pH activate, how? What's gonna happen? It's gonna warm up more on my skin, but pH usually gives like something pinky. I've never truly seen pH in a powder though. It's usually in like a lip product. I don't know. Have you guys tried these out? Are you interested in this new formulation? It's talc free, you know, do what you need to do with that. They also released Dior. Dior is one of my favorite brands, by the way, in case you didn't know. They also released these new Rosy Glow blush sticks. These are $44. The blushes were $40. These are also available in 7 shades and it looks like the same shades as the powder line. Oh, that makes sense. So if you wanted a cream product, you could get this. And this one has a dewy glow finish. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Wait a minute. Also pH adjusting, dewy glow look, reflects light. So this is going to be shiny. Cherry oil infused formula. For no ma'am. No ma'am. No. Oh yeah, that's greasy. No, I don't want it. I want no parts of this. That looks so oily, but I know people love a dewy look. It's summertime. Y'all want to look wet. Not me. Not me. I've never wanted to look glowy. Absolutely not. Even highlighters, like I'm off that. I don't want any of this. I don't want it. No. And it look wet and greasy for $44. But I like that Dior has added blush sticks because they didn't have that before. I'm not getting it at all. I can say no to that one so fast. Then we have, let's talk about another blush stick. So this is from House Labs. This is not a new formula. This has been in their line for a while, but they added new shades. A lot of brands are also doing that. They're just expanding shade ranges in their existing products, which I prefer to see. There's not a lot of innovation going on. I don't know, like are people bored? I don't know what's going on. But they added new shades to their Color Fuse Longwear Hydrating Glassy Lip and Cheek Blush Balm Stick. Why is the name so goddamn long? Like what? Color Fuse Longwear Hydrating Glassy Lip and Cheek Blush Balm Stick. They're putting every word that has gone viral in this blush name. Listen, it's a blush stick. Like, what are we doing? Like, why you gotta go? It's hydrating. It's glassy, okay? It's a balm. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You don't have to put like the full description of the product in the product name. long wear, like relax. I didn't need to know that it's long wear hydrating from reading the name. Like I can read the product information, it's fine. $34 though, which is a more digestible price point to me. I prefer this price point, and the shades look nice, but these again are very, I mean, it's in the name, maybe that's the point, glassy. No, I do not. I picked up one of these original shades. I think I picked up the pink one, cool pink, glassy pitaya, the pink one. Anyway, very glossy, very dewy. You can use this on the cheeks or the lips. On the cheeks, it's shiny as hell. I would rather use this on the lips, but then like, why am I paying $34 for a lip product? Not like I haven't, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I know these are, so here's the thing. When you swatch these, and I've swatched them in stores, like I said, I've picked one up. It's really emollient, like it's really slippy slidey, and to me it's a little bit too slippy slidey on the cheeks. Like you have to be very meticulous with your application, like deliberate, so you don't end up lifting your foundation, because it kind of wants to do that, and it kind of wants to stay a little sticky and a little tacky. So like, you have to manipulate it for it to work. I just don't think this is worth it. And Haus Labs is one of those brands that I also love, because I love their blushes, their powder blushes. I love their bronzers. I love their highlighters, even though I'm not a big highlighter person. But I love their products for the most part. I wish they would do a pressed powder. I want to see a pressed powder, because I feel like they do powders really well. But this, I can skip. The new shades do look pretty though, because they added deeper shades and like nudie tones. I do like the new shades, not gonna hold you. Like glassy cinnamon, and all the shades are like glassy something. Glassy clove is a brownish red. The cinnamon is a beige peach. Ginger is a dusty pink. Like the nude shades, those are pretty. Those are pretty. So I do like that they're leaning into nudes, but not interested in the dewy glassy look. Speaking of glassy, this One Size by Patrick Starr Powder Melt Glass Setting Spray, $34. I love Patrick Starr's setting sprays, and most of his products very matte, which I love, right? So this is why I love the brand. The finishing spray is one of my favorites, if not my favorite finishing spray. Like, I don't even love a setting spray, but this one is so good. It works so well, and it does help your makeup to last longer and stay matte longer. He's known for matte. So for him to release this glass setting spray is interesting. Maybe he's leaning more into the dewy finish now, because, you know, he's like, I've done the matte thing, let's give the dewy girls something. And from what I've seen, this really does make your skin glassy. So if you like that dewy look, a radiant finish, go ahead, enjoy it. I know I'm not getting it, because I am not about to, okay? I am not about to be glassy for nobody. What? Let me know if you tried this one out. I feel like this could go left really fast. Like, it could make you look like a wet mess real fast. So let me know. Let me know if you've tried this out. Also from One Size, he has this Until Dawn Mattifying Sunscreen Makeup Setting Spray with SPF 28. It's a spray-on sunscreen, which I don't mind. This is a great way to like top up your sunscreen if you're wearing makeup and you want to, you know, add sunscreen. It's only SPF 28 though. How do you get 28? It's usually 30, so 28 is kind of weird. But anyway, I mean, here's my thing about sunscreen. I know people are like, you gotta apply so much because of blah, 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 blah. Relax, relax. If I have sunscreen on as like, you know, moisturizer, then I have sunscreen on in my primer, and then sunscreen on in my foundation, and then sunscreen in my powder, and sunscreen in my setting spray, right? My finishing spray. That gives me probably the amount of layers that I need to really get the benefits of an SPF. And I'm only going to get the lowest level. So if the lowest one is 15, then I'm only going to get technically a 15. But if all my products are 30 or more, then I'm going to get an SPF 30 after laying all those products. And wear your sunscreen. You know what? I don't wear sunscreen as much as I should. Are you judging me? Jen from Jen Loves judged the hell out of me in Palm Springs when we went on that Creators and Friends trip. I said to her, like, I don't really wear sunscreen. And she's like, oh, gasp, gag, right? And I'm like, girl, melanin. I have not really worn sunscreen because it's not that I don't need it. Like, everybody needs it, especially with the sun these days. Like, the sun is crazy. The sun be out here burning people, okay? Like, I'm never out in the sun for an extended period of time, honestly. And I live in Florida, but I'm never like outside in the sun just like getting hot and stick. Like, no, I'm always in the shade if I'm outside, right? Or I'm inside. So I know, don't listen, don't lecture me. I don't need it. I don't want to hear it. I'm not gonna listen anyway. So the sunscreen spray, I feel like this is a good one, but it's only SPF 28, but I can see this being a good little SPF spray. It's mattifying, so it's not gonna add like layers of grease, but it's just another layer. It's not gonna be your primary sunscreen, right? So just do with that as you will, but you know, so 2 new setting sprays from one side, setting sprays he does well, so happy to see it. All right, speaking of sunscreen, we have the Uniform Tinted Mineral Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 45 from Merit. $38. Not a bad price point. Sunscreen you're probably gonna go through more though, but this is being marketed as a sunscreen. Mineral sunscreen, not a tint, not like a skin tint, not a foundation, but as a sunscreen, okay? And we have a decent amount of shades, 15 shades. We have 1 rich shades and a bunch of light shades. I'm not even gonna get into that, but whatever. The shade I would get is shade 10. Yeah, that's the shade that I swatched out that would have worked for me. This shit is glowy. I mean, pardon my French. It is glowy as hell, which I expect with a sunscreen. This is glowy. It feels nice on the skin, right? So I applied it in store. I got a little squeeze happy, and I was like, let me see, because I went in without foundation, without anything on my skin, and I'm like, let me see. And it felt good applying it with the fingers. It felt like a moisturizer, honestly. And it's a very light tint. It didn't look ashy at all, but the glow, the grease that was happening, no ma'am, absolutely not. And I was tempted to get it because I'm like, it's a tinted sunscreen, you can wear your sunscreen, all these people tell you to wear sunscreen, here's your chance. But I have other tinted sunscreens that I'll wear over that one, and I have other skin tints that I prefer. So I'm like, when am I really gonna wear this? I'm gonna waste my money and I'm not gonna review it. So who am I talking to? Like, you're gonna review it? No, you're not. No, you're not. So many of these products I have in my collection right now, I said I was gonna review and I haven't gotten around to them. So why am I doing that? Anyway, this grease. I don't want it. I don't like it. And people are talking about, oh, you'd have to apply so much if you really wanted to get the sun. Listen, don't apply it as your only sunscreen. Apply it over your sunscreen that you already put down. That's gonna make you greasy anyway. And then put this on top as the tint. So you get another layer of sunscreen at 45, layer it up, and do your thing. Get your sun protection on. I don't think this is a bad release, honestly. I don't want it. I don't care. Moving right along. House Labs, speaking of, we just mentioned them. They also did a reformulation of their powder bronzer. $38. I feel like they need to reduce the sizes of these and reduce the price. But available in 8 shades. I think they redid the shade range in this too. They gave them names. Did I talk about this already? I feel like I did, so I'm gonna hurry up. They gave them shade names now instead of numbers. And like I said, I do like that formulation. Like, I love their powder formulation. So this is a good one if you wanted to try it out, but whatever. All right, there's another blush stick that I wanted to talk about from Charlotte Tilbury, child. Charlotte Tilbury released her new blush sticks. These are the Unreal Lip and Cheek Glow Blush Stick with hyaluronic acid. I told you, they're just adding everything in the names, the buzzwords, so they can get your attention. They're available in 6 shades, $42. $42? Okay, whatever. There's some pinks, some stuff. I swatched these in store. These were cute enough. Let me see, what's the finish? Does it tell you? Ultra hydrating luminous blush with a buildable and blendable color that lasts up to 8 hours on cheeks and lips. I like that she said 8 hours. She was not like, oh my god, 16-hour wear. She said 8 hours. 8 hours. That's what you gonna get a work day out of me, okay? I ain't promising you no more than that. Cheeks and lips. It's a Dream Sheen Luminous Finish. I swatched these, blended them out on my arm, and the pigmentation is there for these. I didn't expect the pigmentation to be there, but the pigmentation is there. These are cute. I'm not spending $42, Charlotte. I am very sorry. Again, in this economy, you out your damn mind. $42 for a blush stick when I can get it from somewhere else for cheaper. Stop that nonsense. Stop the noise. Let me know if you're gonna get these, because I'm not, okay? I have enough cream blushes and blush sticks. I don't need this, and the drugstore has options. So I feel like, all right, these higher end brands are out their mind, because I'm not buying any of these. All right, let's keep it moving. A lot of these brands are adding new shades, like I said, to their lineup. So Kosas has added a couple new shades to their line of blushes. This is the Blush is Life Baked Talc-Free Dimensional and Brightening Blush Relax. $29. I like this price point though. I prefer that price point. The shades they've added, this Heartbeat shade is a vibrant red. I may be interested because initially when they released these, the shades were just too muted, too dull for me. But this new shade, this Heartbeat, Kosas, send me this shade, please. They sent me one of their pink shades before. I think it's Butterflies. You know, so I feel like if you want to send me this new Heartbeat shade, I'm available. Also, the Wavelength shade, which is a warm peach, also available. And Chills, which is a cool, vibrant berry. I'd like to try it. So those three new shades, Kosas, I am interested. I am actually interested because these look pretty, and I love a baked blush. They just look blurring and pretty on the skin. And I do like Kosas's powder formula. So yeah, $29 again. If I hear a 20 in the price point, I'm like, all right, I could mess with it. So happy to see it. All right, what else do we have here? Dior. Dior is pumping it out with these products. So they released these Lip Glow Butter Hydrating Gloss Bombs. Are they just catching up? Is that what's happening? Like they're catching up with the releases? What they need to do is release a setting powder or a loose powder, because they do foundation so well, but I don't think they have powders. They do have a powder foundation, but like whatever. So they've joined in on the squeezy bombs, and it has a little Dior charm. Let me tell you right now, I'm a hypocrite because I already bought one. I did. Look at the little charm. Squeezy tubes. I picked up the shade Toffee. This is nude. Yeah, nude beige. It looks lighter in person. And it's what I'm wearing right now. Feels hydrating. It feels comfortable. It's a good little balm, and it's glossy, but it's a balm, so you have to reapply it, and it's $42. I just told you $40 is too much for me. I got it during the Ulta sale. Ulta has 20% off right now. For Diamond members. I'm a Diamond, I know. I'm Diamond with, excuse me, mind your business. I'm Diamond, but 20% off, and it's until June 22nd. Maybe this video will go up before that, maybe not. But that's when I got it, and I like it. I do love Dior as a brand. So I'm happy to see them expanding the range and adding their little things. So happy to see it. Let me know if you try these out. I think like this balm is cute. I will say it is cute. Let me see what else we got going on. So here's one that I just pulled up from Glow Recipe. This is another balm, a squeeze tube balm. So this is the glass balm. Interesting. So they're different shades. We have a clear, a sheer soft pink, a sheer pinky red, and a sheer berry. This is cute. They're very sheer though, so you wouldn't definitely not need all the shades. But I mean, Glow Recipe, this makes sense too. Like they're catching up, adding to their line, and it's cute. Like I would want to try one, but at the same time, I don't want to try one. Right? Like, okay. And then also another glossy thing from Glossier. These are their Lip Glaze Hydrating Cooling Sheer Lip Oil. Another lip oil, right? 6 shades available. $22, not a bad price point. These are interesting a little bit. There's a blue one that's kind of cool. But on the lips, like the swatches on the lips, when you see them, you're like, there's barely any discernible difference in the shades. Like Icy, which is the blue one, and like the deepest one, you can see a little bit, but then the other shades, So to me, it's like, why did you do all of these shades? Like tangy, creamy, and chilly. Those 3 shades in the middle. Those could have been consolidated into one, like, because they're sheer, right? So why are we doing so many shades? But whatever. I am not, like I said, interested in another gloss, another balm. I'm not doing it. I'm not. Okay. Oh, Hourglass. I didn't talk about this. This is kind of late, but let me talk about it. Hourglass released their new ambient lighting edit quads. You know, the quads with the 4 shades. So you have bronzer, blush, face powder, all in one. Sometimes they would have 2 blushes and a bronzer and it's a mix, okay? So they have curated shades like in different palettes. I think there are 4 options available, or 5. It looks like 5, right? Pre-curated ones. And then they have a build your own palette function now. Finally, we've been begging them for this for the longest, because every year they come out with these quads or these palettes with 6 shades, and we're like, can we customize these, please? They made a customizable version. Was it a year ago or 2 years ago, where you could customize the outer packaging, but the color stores were still pre-curated. So you selected the colorway you wanted and the outer packaging, but that's as customizable as it got. Now you can build your own palette on their website. Not on Sephora, but on their website, you can build your own palette from their selection of blushes, face powders, highlighters, and bronzers. I think finally they've done this, but is it a little bit too late? I don't know. Like, to me, I have all the shades I would ever want from Hourglass, and I don't need another palette from them. Absolutely not. Like, it's the same shades anyway. So if you've already been collecting their palettes, or you have even 2 of their palettes, you probably have all the shades you need anyway. So I can definitely skip that. All right, what else do we have here? I feel like I'm not seeing a lot going on in this lineup on Sephora. So let me jump over to Instagram really quick. Okay, so Charlotte Tilbury is doing an Unreal Lips Healthy Glow Nectar Oil in a tube. So another squeezy balm situation. And it looks cheap as fuck. What? Oh my God. So she has like a strawberry. Is that a fig, a coconut, and a cherry on the tubes? It looks so cheap. Oh my God. How much I sell this for? Bet sell like $38, $40 feet. Coming out July 15th. There's 6 scented sheer shades. Oh no, girl. And 2 of them are pH adjusting. Charlotte, no, I don't want it, girl. I don't want it. Then we have Dior. They've updated their Backstage Glow palettes. So these are highlighter quads, and now it's reformulated, of course, to be talc free. I mean, this is cute. We have, ooh, these are definitely for, well, no, because you have a pale one, a pale skin tone one with like a white, a pink, a lavender looking one. And then you have like a tan one with blushy, bronzy shades. Yeah, this could work for various skin tones. They're highlighters after all. Curious, you know, something to do. And oh, how about this? Benefit Cosmetics has a new foundation. So Benefit has been out of the makeup game for a while. They've just been doing their brow products, like just sticking to brow products, which they are phenomenal at. Like, they do a really good job. And mascaras, like, phenomenal, right? But now they're back at it with a foundation. So this is the POREfessional. Oh, they have primers too, the POREfessional. So this is the POREfessional foundation. 24-hour long wear, waterproof, transfer proof with niacinamide, rose hip extract, glycerin, visibly smooth skin and blurs pores. The shade range looks interesting. They've done foundation before. This is not new. Like, they've done foundation before. I'm curious. I am curious. I don't want to try another foundation, but I am curious. That does look good. That looks nice. Interesting. And then Laura Mercier has this new Real Flawless Smooth Finish Pressed Powder Foundation. All right. I mean, I like the shade range in this too. Laura Mercier does good powder, so I feel like a powder foundation, I could, yeah, I want to see this in person. I like that the models look like they have like real skin. Like, yeah, I love this. I love this. The marketing, like, I would like to see this. Laura Mercier's foundation products tend to lean a lot orange on me though. So I would have to see this in person, and this is probably good. What? $52. Laura. No, Laura, I'm not. Laura. No. As Hot Mess Tom said, Lauren. Please go and subscribe. They're trying to get to 10K for Pride Month. Please go subscribe. I'll link them over here and link them down below. Hot Mess Tom. Hot, like Hot. So it's really Hot Mess Tom, but I call it Hot Mess Tom because it's funny that way, but it's Hot Mess Tom. Do go ahead and support and subscribe. Love their videos. But Lauren is what is Laura. No, I don't want nothing from Laura. Laura can say $52 now for the little dry powder. Girl, you must be mad at your backside. Mad at, look on Anastasia talking about. Anastasia. Anastasia has released these new Magic Touch Cream Blush and Lip Trio. Them here look cheap. Them look like them belong at Claire's. This not look like Claire's makeup. This looks like, you know how, or Mayron, you know how you had face paints for stage makeup? She have a trio. It's in. So it's a balm packaging similar to Danessa Myrix. You know the balm that Danessa Myrix have, but it's a trio. So it's sliced in three like a pie, you know, with three. And then have three. Murder! This look cheap. This look like it belong in Claire's Anastasia. Me know them I try to come back, you know. This looks so pathetic. No, it looks stupid. And I have not looked at Laura Mercier in a while. Not Laura Mercier, a lot of Mercier. See them, I'll forget. Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have not looked at them in a while, and I'm seriously not interested in anything that they are selling. Please and thank you. Lip balms. More. Oh my God. From Milk Makeup. But this makes sense. Milk, where was this all along? This should have been, okay? So this is a balm-made. So balm-made. So pomade and balm. Balm-aid. Electrolyte lip balm. Formulated with electrolytes that increase hydration and nourishes lips. It melts into lips with a buttery soft finish. Now tell me, electrolytes, so you mean like Pedialyte and what the other thing name, you know, the hydration things, the liquid IV. So electrolytes that I get from Gatorade, Powerade, liquid IV, and Pedialyte for when I am dehydrated, you put in a lip balm. You put in a lip balm. Like how shall I benefit, ma'am? Am I going to lick my lip? Because it's not going to penetrate my lip. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Why is there an electrolyte in, you know what is true? You know what is true? I bet I'm gonna go on. I need to go away because this makes absolutely no sense. I'm done. I'm done with you. I am gonna, I can't go on. That, and I need to go and get my daughter. It is time to go get her. And I think I covered enough products, and it's quite enough for the shopping block. It was good, like, getting back into shopping block videos and just talking about new releases. Like I said, I'm flexing my muscles because I am not interested in most of these products. Only one really tickled my feather enough for, tickled my fancy enough. Fancy face? Yeah. Only one tickled my fancy enough for me to pick it up. And I'm done. Like, really and truly, in this economy, I am staying away from these products. Like, I am not about to be out here spending what they want me to spend on makeup. I'm done with them. Like, I'm cutting it out. Drugstore, though. Drugstore is where it's at. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Enjoyed just talking about new releases with me. Had some laughs. Had a little bit of fun. And like I said, if you are new and maybe you want to go ahead and subscribe, please do that. And if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button because that helps me out. Also, let's chat in the comments down below. Let's interact, see what's going on. What are your thoughts? What products are you interested in? Let me know. And I will leave links down below to most of the products mentioned if they are already launched, in case you wanted to pick them up and support the channel, because those links will be affiliate links. That means I will get a small sales commission if you make a purchase through those links. Easy way to support the channel. Gives me a kickback for you using my links. Doesn't change the sale price. But it's just like, you know, like I said, nice little way to give me a kickback if you enjoy the content and you wanted to support me that way. No pressure though, no muss, no fuss. You know, I'm just happy you're here watching. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye guys.